Hey guys, it's Skug3 and welcome to part 6 of Let's Play Rhythm Paradise. In the last part we completed column over here, number 5. And in this part, we're going to be completing column number 6, starting with Space Soccer. Don't drop the ball, it takes some crafty legwork to keep that thing in the air. Kick, kick, kick. We shall indeed, because that's how you play soccer. Or football as we call it here. Though I seem to recall hearing that soccer is actually more correct, because rugby is technically rugby football, or something. Anyway, tap to lift your knee, follow your partner, which is me, so not really sure why I'm saying this, rather than just saying, follow me. So yeah, this game is kind of similar to Frog Hop, in that you have to keep tapping continuously throughout the... You have to keep tapping continuously throughout the game. You've got it! I sure do. These guys have a pretty weird design as well. Then, next we'll try the high kick. Flick to kick your leg out nice and straight. But yeah, who designed these guys? Look at them, they're all purple, and what do they look like? They look kind of like round versions of the table tennis guys. First, watch what I'm doing very closely. So yeah. Oh, I have to watch it. But yes, so I'm just gonna bring this up now. Is that this is all post-commentary done for this video, because the first time I recorded this, the microphone audio was really poor quality, like ridiculously so, because I'd been fiddling with volume controls and stuff, so I didn't think it through too perfectly, and also some of it was going to be post-commentary anyway, for reasons you will see, and come on Joe, the rhythm's not that hard. High, kick, ho! There you go, now you know how it's going. That guy in the background looks like really freaky in comparison to us, I think. It looks like his mouth is a lot bigger. Good! Why, thank you. Let's see how you do with the real thing. And yeah, so also, as this is post-commentary, I've decided that in editing I'm just going to skip ahead to the superb attempts, just because there's no real point in me showing the first attempt, because it's not me talking, so you can get a comparison of, this is how I do it rhythm when I'm talking, this is how I do it when I'm not. It's just... would just arbitrarily be me failing at a game. So, yeah, this video is a bit shorter than the others. Oh no, it's not. It's about the same length, but that's because there's credits at the end, as you will see. I'm good at not spoiling things. Yeah. I want your guys' opinion on this. Do you think this space soccer person here is male or female? Like, the voice sounds female to me, so I think space soccer people are female, but I'm not certain. And we're joined by this horde of clones. So have they like cloned a bizarre football team? That's what I'm wondering. Also another bit that I find really kind of off-putting with this section is, like, as you can see here, I had the rhythm correct, but no matter how correct you are with the rhythm, the ball will wind up on the other knee, so that's not... So what I mean is, while I'm kicking or kneeing up with my left knee, all the other people are kicking up with their right knee. So it's all just... I just find it kind of... I don't know, like the first time I did it I thought, oh crap, I really missed the rhythm there somehow, but then since it happens every single time it's just awkward. But I wonder why that happens. In any case, so yes, that was Space Soccer. Cosmic Coach says, good knee kicks there. Your kick has a nice snap to it, nice trapping ledge work. It's very legible. I love that. It's like the best superb ending ever. It's just like making a random noise. Are they secretly ninjas? I wouldn't put it past them. Anyway, yes, so our next game, this is a fun one. This is the reason that part of the video is going to be post-commentary anyway, because kind of similar to Space Soccer and Frog Hop, this is another game that has continuous... Oh, sorry, I'll read this out. Oh, I won't read it out then, because you're going to skip ahead past me. Lockstep. This one's all about hitting the beat, flipping it, and then nailing the backbeat. Experience both sides of the rhythm. Yeah, this is where I was going to do post-commentary, because this game is so difficult. Well, it certainly is the first time, at least. I think we march as one. We sure do. Watch us and learn how. I don't need to learn how, I already know how, but I'll explain it to the nice people at home. Yeah, essentially it's tap on the same beat as these guys, repeatedly, and that doesn't look too bad. I could have done that when I was doing commentary at the same time, right? See, nothing to it. But pay attention. The rhythm's going to change. Now we're on the offbeat. This is where we start to see why it is that I was going to do post-commentary. You have to hit on the offbeat, so anytime you would normally hit before, you have to skip past that. And between that beat and the next beat is when you have to hit. So yeah, it's still in the same rhythm as the regular beat, but it's just not on the specific beats. And this is where it gets extra difficult. Hi. Ha ha. Yeah, you have to be able to change between the two, and for the longest time, both myself and my sister were unable to get the rhythm down, but all you need to do is just, on the specific times that it's changing over, is tap twice as quickly, and then, or you tap an extra time, and then you just maintain the same rhythm that you had before. So once you sort of get that into your head, then it all sort of pieces together and it's a bit easier to do, which is why I'm now fairly competent at lockstep. But yeah, the first time we were just like, I can't figure out where I'm meant to go. And the game is, well, I like the game. The music for this one, it's alright. It's not that bad, and there's a Lockstep 2 later on, which has a song which I like a lot more. I think it's just got a bit of a better swing to it, but yeah, so this game is another one which is fairly distracting on the visuals, and if you're slightly off the beat, as you can see, my character is the one in the centre. And you can see I'm ever so slightly out of the rhythm with everyone else, so I'm not like getting penalised or anything, but you can quite distinctly tell which one is my character if you look, because it's not quite the same as all the others. Everyone's individual in their own way, except for everyone else, they're all identical to one another. But yeah, if you do manage to get it, like, spot on the beat, 100% perfect, then it will just become one big shifting mass and you won't be able to see the difference. Except for when it's, like, completely zoomed out, I find you can always see which one is you, just because you, like, go, like, completely white, whereas all the other ones don't seem to quite do that. I don't know, it's just something strange I've spotted. And yeah, as you see, once you get to the end, then you can start seeing faces forming in our bodies. That's a bit of a strange thing. But yeah, so the first time, as I said, this game is hell, and I should imagine most people playing at home had difficulty with this at first as well, but once you get down to it, or once you quite understand how the cues work... Ah, yes, most excellent! Why, thank you, you two strange men. Yeah, once you get, like, used to how the rhythm works, then it's easy peasy, squeeze the lemon. Notice, that's Crop Stomp. I think I managed to get it perfect, but apparently I can't scroll the screen up. Good work, Joe, good work. I can stamp in time with my friends, but I can't press a button and pull upwards. In any case, yes, Crop Stomp, perfect attempt. I might just let you listen to this one. Well, there. But where? Okay. 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 And there we have it. You have earned a gift. Help wanted. Read it at the cafe. Read it at the cafe, shall we? Drawing one else. Anyway, so that was Crop Stomp, as we've seen several times before now, I think. And that guy's cool. Anyways, rockers. Nothing says rock like dueling guitars. Take on the master and see if you got the chops to stand in the spotlight. No, we've got the chops, alright. We've got the chops and the We don't have the speaking ability. I don't know, I was going to make some kind of joke of, like, and we've got the mash as well, but... So, you want to learn how to rock? Kinda. The first thing you need to do is master the strum. Alright, I think we can just about do that. First, just tap. Then flick. It's like real strumming. Tap again to mute the strings. And they say Guitar Hero isn't a very realistic portrayal of guitar playing. Good work, Joe. Okay, Jesus Christ, you don't need to strum that much. Let's take turns playing the same riff for a little bit. I think he said something like that anyway. Now, this is going to be the second time I asked this in this video. What do you guys think? Do you think our little rocker person is male or female? Because it looks kind of androgynous to me. Also, the rhythm here, as you can see, is quite drastically off. I was trying to show off what it looks like when you get slightly off the rhythm, like there. It looks like yellow, and then I'm trying to work out which is more off. I think the yellow one is more off than the blue one. And then if you get it spot on, then it's lightning bolts. Yeah, that was awesome. Why, thank you. You know, I'm not even regretting taking you on. Thank you? I'm not even regretting it. Let's try it again. Do we have to? Can I just be a rock star now? So yeah. As I was saying, do you guys think we're playing the role of a male with a lot of shaggy hair, or are we playing the role of a female? I don't know. I sometimes wonder myself. Yeah. Also, look at that fancy pink guitar. That gave me chills. Was it bad or good? I hope it was good. Otherwise, we've just made you ill. Your guitar playing was so bad, I've actually become ill. Let's try this totally metal move, rocking at the same time. What? Have you just invented that technique or something? Yeah, that's a good point, actually, is that this is a listen and repeat sort of game. So he does a he does a rhythm, and you do the same one afterwards. Except for this bit, obviously. This just comes down to knowing what the cue was. You and me got some sweet guitar chemistry. Oh man, how awesome would Chemistry of Lessons have been if there were guitars featured? Man, I wouldn't have been able to play them though. So yeah, some of them you play at the same time, but it's mostly a listen and repeat game, and yet I find myself liking a lot more than most of the listen and repeat minigames in this series, which is kind of strange, because all things considered, I should probably like this one less. That's the stuff. Why, thank you. You got some serious guitar chops, you know. I believe I said it earlier, and then messed up quite epically. But yes, so, as I was saying, this is a listen and repeat game, which I should probably hate, because not only do you have to tap at the right time, you have to flick at the same rhythm, and you have to stop. You have to make sure you're stopping at the right time, and I think what I don't like about listen and repeat games is that you need to be really precise about when you tap or when you flick or whatever. I'm actually doing the motions here when you can't see them, flicking off my hand. Anyway, and you don't always know when it is that your sort of allotted time for playing has started. So, for example, if you have, after 2 beats of silence, he plays a note, then you have to be able to tell when your thing has started, measure 2 beats of silence from that, and then play. So if you don't quite know when your thing starts specifically, then you can be off by a little bit and it'll say, no, you did really badly here. I think that's what I find annoying about it. And yet, with this one, you have to be able to stop perfectly, and I really kind of like it. I don't know, maybe it's just the characters or something, or the way you play it. You played off each other perfectly. You two are in perfect sync. That last part rocked. Why, thank you very much. Though it does lead to the weird situation where you can get, you played off each other perfectly, and you two were in perfect sync. It was just okay, you know, nothing amazing, except, you know, we've described it as perfect twice. I mean, something doesn't quite add up. And yes, as you can see, because I've just been skipping ahead to the superbs, Karate Man! Who knew karate training could be so brutal? A punch will take care of most things, but those bombs call for a solid kick. You might recall this little fella from the first Rhythm, from Rhythm Tengoku, / Rhythm... what do we call it, like Rhythm Paradise Zero or something? I don't know. Are you prepared for some special training? Let's practice first. Alright. Tap to punch and send things flying, karate style. So yeah, it's Karate Joe from the first Rhythm Tengoku. And so yeah, you tap to punch. If you don't tap, then you don't punch. Simple as that. And every now and then she'll say, you'll hear a voice, come on Joe, what was wrong with me? You know, if I say, come on Joe with this game, then am I talking to Karate Joe, or am I talking to me? Assume if I don't say karate, then I'm talking to me. But in any case, yeah, as I said, every now and then she says, hit 3, and you have to hit 3 plant pots in quick succession. But other than that, there's not much to this game. Or is there? This was a long tutorial for not that difficult a thing. You've got it! Why, thank you. Next we'll practice your kicking. After tapping to punch, hold and flick to kick. Try it on your own. So yeah, what you need to do is you tap down and hold it, and then he'll sort of move his leg back to show he's ready to kick. And then you flick and he kicks. Now demonstrate your mastery by kicking stuff. Can I just kick indiscriminately? No, it's not a good idea to do that actually. Say, punch, kick! But yeah, there's no point trying to kick the plant pots, because you don't have enough time to do it. So what you need to do is you punch the barrel, and then you kick the bomb that comes out of it. And you can tell when a barrel is coming, because they throw a light bulb at you. I think they go over this later in the tutorial. They say, you might have noticed this already, because it was pretty damn obvious. Light bulb. Punch, kick. So yeah, you just have to punch and kick in time with how she says punch, kick, really, but it's a pretty simple game, really. Nothing too difficult to it. You got it! Why, thank you, disembodied voice. And seriously, why are you throwing all these plant pots at us? Where are you even getting them from? I think that kind of stuff would be pretty expensive over time. I mean, you've thrown like at least 100 or so of them at us now. So yeah, I think this one is just combining light bulbs and hit 3, and the fact that light bulbs can come immediately after barrels. But yeah, I think we all understand the basic concept of this game at this point, to the point that we are basically karate masters. This is all it takes to learn karate. You know, anyone who's been learning it for several years, your time has been wasted. All you need to do is have people throw barrels with bombs in at you. It's a bit worrying that they're like throwing explosives at you, come to think of it, and then we're just kicking them away. I mean, are we devastating some town somewhere off in the distance that we can't see? And again, if we're kicking it all the way to another town, that's quite an impressive kick he's got there. We never see where it lands, so it's possible. Now, you might recall, way back at the start of Rhythm Paradise, the game Fan Club. I said there was a live-action version of that, and I showed you a little bit of a clip. And in the same show, there were also live-action, well, they weren't live-action versions, but there were people singing the songs from this game, and from the Dazzles, in Japanese, obviously. I'm not bothering showing them, excuse me, because they're not actually playing the game. I mean, if there was a guy on stage punching plant pots and kicking barrels, I would show that shit. But, excuse me, but as there isn't, I figured you guys can just go and find it on your own. Discover your own happiness. If you just look up, like, Rhythm Tengoku, no, well, maybe Rhythm Tengoku Gold Live, or Rhythm Heaven Live, or Paradise Live, I should imagine you'll find it pretty easily. But since it was just a person singing, I thought might as well just leave it out of the video. Speaking of the song, I'm a bit on the fence about it. It's not a bad song. I quite like it, but there's arguably better songs in this game. For example, Rhythm Rally, and well, all the ones I've said, oh man, I love this song, pretty much. Which I think has been about half of them at this point. I have to say though, I think this minigame does get a lot of points because Karate Joe is just so cool. And look at that face. He has like no facial features, and then he suddenly grows some when he's feeling confident or surprised. As far as I'm aware, they like pretty much took the model straight out of Rhythm Tengoku. Oh no! Oh, okay. So that's why it's safe to get rid of the bombs, is because they just disappear before they explode. It's always a helpful thing. You kept up with the rhythm well. You nailed the first one. Nice timing on the kicks. Why, thank you. You're on fire, figuratively. Well, I suppose it's better than being on fire, literally. Then again, it would make your karate training a lot more intense. Go for a perfect and freeze frame! Well, I did, but it won't work out. So, yeah, this... I think I spent like a minute here going, oh, should I go for the perfect or should I just go into Remix 6? So I ultimately decided, as was my promise, that I would show off all perfect ones that I managed to actually do. But if I didn't succeed it, then I'd just skip ahead to the game. So Remix 6, it's time to mix things up. This one's got a sort of spacey feel to it. We're in space for this next one, guys. Space soccer. I don't think that would fit into space very well. I wonder how they do it. Yeah, that looked a bit weird though. Let's go on to Freeze Frame Remix 6. Oh well. And look at them wigs. Do you recall where those wigs are from? That's correct, they are from Rhythm Tengoku, the clap trio. Those little lion monkey-like things. Seriously, what were those guys? I think they were probably monkeys, and as you can see now, to fit the space theme, the bombs in the barrels are now footballs. I suppose it's more to fit the space soccer theme than space itself. I think it would be pretty cool if it was like kicking moons or something. And these guys get some pretty cool headphones and sunglasses. Which, come to think of it, are they something in Rhythm Tengoku? I think they might be. I'm not sure. No, it's... I swear I've seen them before though. Oh well, I'm sure it's nothing important. I just realised Karate Joe has some weird feet. Then again, a lot of the characters in this game do. A lot of them have really weird features. For example, those guys, they're like half colour skin, like split directly down the middle of their bodies. You don't see that many days, do you? Or do you? You can probably see it quite often at football stadiums and things, I suppose. I just realised, it says this one has kind of a spacey feel to it, but it doesn't feel all that spacey to me. I mean, like, it's got space soccer, but by that logic, space soccer also has a bit of a spacey feel to it. So, I don't know. But in any case, yes, Remix 6. I'm gonna let you listen to the rest of it. And there you have it, Rhythm League nuts. That was really great. Why, thank you. I wonder who it is at the Rhythm League that is, like, marking our progress. If you were a soccer player, we'd be screaming GOAL! Well, that's kind of what you do when someone scores a goal. You did it! You cleared Remix 6! That's impressive work. Why, thank you. Hey! I know you! You're that one frog that sang Young Love Rock and Roll. That's the one. I almost forgot his name for a second there. You're not done yet, though. There's still more to play. But we thought this would be a nice time to show you all the people who worked on the game. And while we're at it, let's show you all the characters in the game, too, so you don't forget. There'll be a quiz later. Here we go! So, yeah, I was debating with myself at first whether to include this little sequence here yet or not. Because there's credits and everything, but there is a reason that I'm showing it in now. Which we'll get into really close to the end of the project, more than anything. But, yes, in any case, these are the staff credits of the people who worked on this game, with an extra little, hey, this looks like it could be a rhythm game, why aren't we playing it? Well, you'll see in the next video that we actually can. But that comes later, my friends. Man, look at that dog in the background, he's all running. By the way, that's actually the dog who's the barista in, as far as I'm aware, in all of the Rhythm Paradise / Tengoku / Heaven games. And yeah, so we get this nice little sort of boy band singy song for our credits as credits roll as credits do, weirdly enough. Although actually, come to think of it, these credits aren't exactly rolling, are they? They're more jumping around. Translation! Oh man! These guys know where it's at. I have to say, it must be like quite difficult to translate a lot of the songs and stuff in this. Because if you sort of find other translations, the lyrics are kind of similar to each other, and yet in their respective languages they still rhyme, they still fit the rhythm as well and everything, so man, those guys know what they're doing. Go Tsunku male! Where's Tsunku female, I wonder? That reminds me, actually, this is kind of really unrelated point, but in Pokemon, right? Surely now they should be able to remove one Pokedex entry, because Nidoran male and Nidoran female could just take up the slot of Nidoran. Just saying. In any case, Rhythm Paradise cast, we have the dog and... Where does Note actually show up? Like, I know he shows up on menus and things like that, but has he actually appeared even in the backgrounds of games? The chorus kids are looking tubby, I'm just gonna say that. So yeah, now we have weird little sprite versions of all of our favourite characters, including the Bluebirds! Moai they're not my favourite characters. Go away, Moai kids. Oh, the Loveless is so cute! I'm sorry, I just can't get over that. They're like the most adorable things in any game ever. And if you object, that's probably fair enough. But still, I think they're pretty damn adorable. And we get this nice little remix of the menu theme, which, much as I have learned that one of my subscribers, Tony Musher, doesn't like, that's going to be changing. And, oh, did you see? Look at that squirrel in the top left. That is the person that was actually standing to our, well, kind of left, kind of right. The person you couldn't really fully see. In Love Lab, the person who was catching the flasks that we threw after we'd created Heart with the other scientist. And look at that guy! I'm pointing at the screen, but you can't see it. But look at the conductor. That's, he was a conductor in Glee Club. And he was one of those lion monkey things from Rhythm Tengoku. Thank you very much, Frog. It's been fun. And yes, if you listen now... Yep, the menu music has changed to a sort of instrumental version of the song we just heard in the credits. And as you saw there, we can now scroll left and right as well as up and down. So that means we can get 4 more rows of minigames from Built to Scale, and this is where we start repeating games. So, in the next part, guys, we are going to be starting off with Built to Scale 2. And we're going to have a lot more fun besides that. I shall see you guys then. Goodbye.